First down and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. The last run got 6, now second and 4.
18.
Here's Trubisky. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. David Njoku, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's back.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a first and 10 all the way down at the 35. On first down now, run with McKinnon. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's got it complete to Anderson. That's good for 28 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'd be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to...
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Bilal Nichols forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Here we go.
Following the sack, they go from the 13 on 3rd and goal.
12, fellas. Here we go.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Ouch. Could have been a game-tying touchdown. He'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way, like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
The kick by Gold is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
They'll take over. First down and 10.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. D Ford, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Watch the screen. Undercut. Switch.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. Got some room at the 30. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garoppolo looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Let's go, D. Check, boys.
They'll run on 1st down. McKinnon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Three down. I got you, 45.
Here we go. 180.
On 2nd down and 4. Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to McKinnon. It's Garoppolo. Throwing right, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He got 29 yards that time.
49er, first down. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
I'm here all day. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. From 13 yards out, and the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do it.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Trubisky will throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 18. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, McKinnon. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. 2nd down, McKinnon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Jerick McKinnon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. Counting down toward halftime on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo, screenplay, McKinnon. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Hey, watch the slant.
3rd and short, McKinnon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Trubisky to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Garoppolo going to give this one to McKinnon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. And got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That one good for 26 and a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys. You always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Garoppolo's throw taken in by Samuel. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's go, defense. Hey, man. 13.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
This will be caught just inside the 10. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd? And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Jerick McKinnon. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing here, Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. 180.
Mike, 58, right there. Get this worm on.
They'll run on 1st down. McKinnon, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Here we go.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
On first down, Garoppolo. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. To throw on second and 10. Garoppolo toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we've just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He lost 2, and it brings up fourth.
It's now 4th and goal.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And Gold is able to put it through. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. And that last field goal, number 400 for him in his NFL career. I don't know whether this will wind up a Hall of Fame career, but he's certainly been at the top of his profession for quite a while.
And that is without question, my man. One of the best kickers we've seen in the past decade or so. Big congratulations to him. Pretty nice round number.
And to give this time to the tailback. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
bashed it.
that. Super toe.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Tariq Cohen on the return. They'll take over
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 39, Trubisky. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
18.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Johnson's got it complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Trubisky. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Trubisky. And it's caught. Touchdown. Anthony Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. Point after try forthcoming. And that'll cut the lead down now to 15.
Next to score, Niners 29, Bulls 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel-downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you